Before your next flight, here's the fear no one names. You're doing extra walking, waiting, and worrying, while airlines quietly offer help you never claim. The promise: in the next few minutes, you'll learn 9 100% free perks designed to save your legs, your time, and your sanity, if you know exactly what to ask for. Insider secret: gate agents, TSA, and baggage officers have scripts they won't volunteer. But you can. Miss these and you'll overpay in energy and stress. Use them and you'll board calm, sit smarter, and land fresher. Ready to flip the script for 2025? Here's the catch and the unlock. Number 1. Preboard. Like a pro, the quiet line that saves you. Picture this. You're standing in a noisy boarding lane, bag biting your shoulder, people rushing past, and the gate agent quietly calls a group you didn't know existed. Those needing extra time may board now. That's your moment. Most seniors don't realize that pre-boarding is your built-in fast pass, a free benefit hidden in plain sight. You don't need special paperwork, just the right words. Walk to the podium, smile and say, "I'll need a little extra time to board." That single sentence moves you from the crowd crush to calm space. Airlines rarely advertise it. It's not about pity, it's about precision. Pre-boarding means overhead bins still empty, crew available to help, and zero pressure as others file in. Imagine settling in, buckled, relaxed, watching everyone else squeeze by. That's the relief moment. Request pre-boarding both during check-in and again at the gate. It doubles your visibility in the system. It's a small insider move with a big payoff. Less pain, less chaos, more control. Because the journey should start peaceful, not panicked. And speaking of peace, what if someone could guide you from curb to gate without lifting a finger? That's next. Number 2. Curb to gate wheelchair and escort, door to door. Help is free. Imagine stepping out of your car at the terminal, and before you even touch your suitcase, an attendant is waiting with a chair and a calm, "We've got you." That's the curb to gate escort service. And yes, it's free on every major airline when you request it in advance. Most travelers think wheelchairs are only for medical emergencies, but here is the insider truth. It is actually a full escort system that gets you from check-in to security to your gate, with priority through every stage. Request it at booking under special assistance or by calling your airline 48 hours before departure. Reconfirm when you check in. They'll radio your name to a trained staff member who navigates the fastest routes and elevators you never knew existed. Samir, 69, used to miss tight connections. Once he booked the escort service, attendants met him at each gate, cutting his stress in half. Write your connection time on a sticky note and hand it to your escort. They'll hustle if they see you re-tight. By the time you reach the gate, your energy's intact. And speaking of gates, your next move is to choose the perfect seat without paying a cent. Number 3. Smart reseating at the gate, aisle, front, or near the lav. Here's the insider move most passengers overlook. The gate desk is your upgrade window. No miles, no money, just timing and the right words. Picture this. You're cramped in a middle seat, knees grazing the tray table, when the agent glances at a live seat map you can't see on your app. 2 aisle seats up front just opened. She can move you instantly, but she won't offer unless you ask. Walk up before general boarding and say, "For comfort and mobility, could I move to an aisle near the front if available?" You'll be amazed how often they say yes, especially if you ask politely and early. Airlines hold a few courtesy seats for travelers needing extra comfort. Judith, 74, swapped her middle seat for an aisle just by checking in 30 minutes before boarding. No fee, no fuss. Gate agents can see seat holds released right before boarding. Timing is everything. Be there when they print the manifest. The payoff? Easier bathroom access, quicker deplaning, and a flight that feels designed for you. And speaking of smooth movement, let's talk about clearing security without the shuffle or stress. Number 4, TSA Cares Companion Assist, your fastest, calmest screening. The scariest part of flying isn't always the flight, it's security. The shoes off, bins flying chaos that spikes your pulse before you even reach the gate. But here's the insider fix most travelers miss. TSA Cares, a free program that assigns you a personal guide through screening. Picture it. You arrive at security, and instead of guessing lanes or rushing belts, a calm officer greets you by name. They walk you through every step, slow the conveyor belt if needed, and coordinate with screeners if you use mobility aids, pacemakers, or medication bags. It's not a VIP lane, it's a calmer, human lane. Robert, 73, used to dread TSA because of his knee brace alarm. After calling TSA Cares, he was met by a passenger support specialist who guided him to a quiet area and handled everything with patience. To set it up, contact TSA Cares online or by phone at least 72 hours before your flight. They'll email confirmation and notify the checkpoint in advance. Pack meds and electronics on top in a clear pouch. That one move saves minutes and stress. Security doesn't have to feel like combat. And next, we'll cover the rule that lets you actually bring what you need beyond that 3.4-ounce limit. Number 5. Medical liquids and ice packs exemption. Bring what you need. You've packed your insulin, eye drops, or a gel pack for your meds, and that nervous thought hits. Will TSA toss this? Here's the insider secret. They won't if you declare it correctly. The 3.4-ounce limit doesn't apply to medically necessary liquids, gels, or ice packs. You just have to tell them up front. At screening, say clearly, these are medically necessary liquids and cold packs. Place them in their own bin. Officers may swab them, but they can't confiscate them if you declare and allow inspection. No prescription label required, just transparency. Marta, 71, used to toss expensive gel packs before flights. Now, she simply places them in a clear pouch labeled medical supplies. And every officer waves her through after a quick swab. Add a small printed note on top of your pouch, reading medically necessary, please screen. It sets the tone and shows you know the policy. Air travel should never make you choose between your comfort and your health. You're allowed to bring what you need, full stop. And speaking of allowed, the next chapter unlocks the carry-on loophole that lets you take extra gear for free. Number 6. Extra free items, mobility and medical gear. Don't count here. The rule the airlines bury deep in fine print. Mobility aids and medical gear, Donati, count toward your carry-on limit. That means your walker, cane or CPAP machine rides free. No sneaky baggage fees, no gate drama. Imagine this. You roll up with your usual carry-on and personal item, plus your walker. The gate agent glances at your setup, starts to say something, until you calmly mention, "This is a mobility aid, not part of my carry-on allowance." They nod and tag it free of charge. Most travelers never realize this exemption exists, so they waste energy arguing or paying for an extra bag they didn't need to. If you're using a rollator or folding wheelchair, ask the gate agent to valet gate check to the aircraft door. That phrase ensures it's waiting for you when the plane lands, not sent to baggage claim. Helen, 68, learned that one line, and now her walker greets her at the aircraft door every time. No long painful treks through terminals. Label your gear with your name and phone number. If it gets separated, ramp crews can find and return it faster. Number 7. Seatbelt extenders and aisle chair. Boarding. Ask, don't strain. Quick gut check. Are you bracing for that awkward reach? Twisting for the buckle, hoping no one notices? Skip the strain. Crews carry seatbelt extenders on every flight, and asking is simple. When you pre-board, lean in and say quietly, "Could I have an extender, please?" They'll hand one over. Cleaned, approved, and free. No rummaging, no spotlight. If narrow aisles are the real obstacle, request the aisle chair at the gate. "I'll need the aisle chair for boarding and deplaning." Trained staff will guide you to your row safely, without shoulder bumps or half steps that risk a fall. Victor stopped white-knuckling flights. With an aisle chair assist, he slid into 12C calm and confident. No crowd squeeze, no pain flare up on landing. Airlines can't allow personal extenders. They must issue their own. That's a safety rule, not a judgment. Your move is the quiet ask, early. Bulkhead seats have fixed armrests on many aircraft. If you need flexibility, request a standard aisle a few rows back where armrests usually lift. Comfort isn't a luxury, it's a safety feature you're entitled to. And speaking of safe exits, let's make sure your cane or walker meets you at the aircraft door, not a mile away at baggage claim. Number 8. Gate checking walkers and canes to the aircraft door, and a quick favor. The longest walk of your trip is often the last 200 feet, down a cold jet bridge, legs tired, crowd pushing. You don't have to do it alone. There's a tag that brings your mobility aid to the aircraft door, free. At the podium, hold your cane or folded walker and say, "Please gate check this to the aircraft door and return it plainside on arrival." Watch the agent print a bright tag and write, "Claim at aircraft door." Confirm it again with the flight attendant as you step on. On landing, pause in your seat until the crew says the aid is at the door. No carousel hike, no guessing. Amina started landing strong instead of wobbling. Her tagged cane was waiting at the top of the jet bridge every time. Snap a quick photo of the tag and your gear before boarding. If anything goes astray, that picture speeds the search and proves the door return request. Quick favor and mid-video CTA. If this saves your knees, tap like so other seniors see it. Share your wins or horror stories in the comments so we can add fixes for the 2025 update. Number 9. Delayed bag. Free delivery to your address. File at the office. You've landed, but your bag hasn't. That cold pit in your stomach hits. Everyone else is at the carousel, and your suitcase is missing in action. Here's the insider truth. You don't need to panic or pay. Most airlines will deliver your delayed bag to your home or hotel for free, but only if you file in person before leaving the secure area. Here's what to do. Head straight to the baggage service office near the carousel. Say, "My bag didn't arrive. Please file a delayed baggage report and set up home delivery." The agent will enter your info, create a property irregularity report, PIR, and hand you a tracking number. That's your golden ticket. Once your bag's located, often within hours, it's couriered directly to your door. George landed in Phoenix at midnight. Bag nowhere in sight. He filed before leaving the terminal, and by breakfast a courier dropped it at his hotel. No extra charge. Snap a photo of your suitcase and the tracking tag before you fly. Showing that image speeds recovery. The real catch? If you skip that desk, you skip the delivery. Always report before you exit. And next, we'll wrap with how to turn all 9 perks into your 2025 Flight Advantage plan.